Hello and welcome back to Daily News Analysis by APSC. Today is 18th of May 2023. This is the list of news that we'll be covering today. So let's begin with the first news. That is the important day. Today is International Museum Day, and this day is to raise awareness among people about the museums as an important means of cultural exchange, right? And since 1977, every year this organization called International Council of Museum host or observe this day, that is today, as International Museum Day. And the theme for 2023 for this day is Museums, Sustainability and Well-being. The other important day is today is World AIDS Vaccine Day, also known as HIV Vaccine Awareness Day. And this is observed every year on May 18th to raise awareness of AIDS and its immunization. And this is headed by the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease. Now this is a US agency, okay? It's not Indian counterpart. So it is under the USA. Coming to the PIB section, we have this first news, that is the approval of project collaboration agreement between the Department of Health Research and the World Health Organization on assistive technology. Now, what do you understand by this term assistive technology? Now, as we can see here from the news, that is Department of Health Research and World Health Organization. The common point is health, right? The common point is health. Now, assistive technology in health means this all. In the picture, can you see? There is wheelchair, then assistive limb, autism, connect, wearable devices for memory, all those, right? So these are used by medical practitioners to help their patients with various ailments or with various disabilities, right? So this form of technology, those technology that are used to make products like wheelchair, assistive limb, are known as assistive technology. Now, Department of Health Research under the Ministry of Health have signed an agreement with World Health Organization to collaborate on assistive technology. So this was signed on the last October 2022, right? And finally, the cabinet has approved of the signing to work towards drawing global attention toward access to assistive technology, then fostering research and innovation, and developing and disseminating appropriate training programs in the sector. Okay. Again, from PIB, the cabinet has also approved the Memorandum of Understanding between the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India and the Chartered Accountants of the Maldives. Now, this is done to establish mutual cooperation for the advancement of accounting knowledge, professional and intellectual development, and also to advance the interests of their respective members and positively contribute to the development of accountancy profession in both Maldives and India. Now, this memorandum will provide an additional impact to the prospects of ICAI members, right? That is in Institute of Chartered Accountants of India members to get professional opportunities in the Maldives for a short to long term, okay, which will help strengthen partnership with Maldives, and this will export our accountancy as service to other countries, right? Again, we have from PIB, this is again the cabinet's approval of a memorandum of understanding between Competition Commission of India and Egyptian Competition Authority. Now, these competition authorities are those authorities that overlook the competition law in the market, right? That helps the market. So Competition Commission of India had signed this with Egyptian Competition Authority to cooperate and to promote in competition law and policy through exchange of information and sharing of best practices via various capacity building initiatives. Okay, and this MOU also aims to develop and strengthen linkages between CCI and ECA. So this will also help in improvement of relationship with Egyptian counterpart. Now, the Cabinet has also approved the Production Linked Incentive Scheme 2.0. Now, before we move to the news, 2.0, this Production Linked Incentive Scheme 2.0, the first version was launched in 2020. Okay, and what is this scheme really about? This scheme is to provide incentives to whom? To majorly electrical and software companies for the sale, right? So majorly electrical companies, electrical and hardware companies, when they make a good amount of sale, they get this incentive from the government. Now, why this incentive system? This is to bolster India's export to the world in terms of electronics. Now, this scheme has also been extended to 10 more sectors. Okay, it's not just electronics anymore, it is also in other sectors. For example, if I have to give you an example, it will be food processing. So those who are in food processing industry can also avail this incentive. Okay. Now, the context here is electronics manufacturing in India has witnessed consistent growth with 17% in the last 8 years. So this year it crossed a major benchmark in production, that is $105 billion US. Okay, so India has become the world's second largest manufacturer of mobile phones after China. Okay, and exports of mobile phones have crossed the milestone of 11 billion USD this year alone. And since the global electronics manufacturing ecosystem, all of them are coming to India, and India is emerging as a major electronics manufacturing country. Now, the success of the first scheme, the first version for mobile phones, have given the approval for the second part, that is for IT hardware. Okay, so the first version was for mobile phones, and the second version, the 2.0, is for IT hardwares. Now, IT hardware, we know India also consumes a lot of laptops, tablets, all-in-one PCs, right? So the budget outlay for this scheme is 17,000 crore, and it is for 6 years. Okay, and with this investment, they are expecting an production incremental up to 3.35 lakh crore and incremental investment up to 2.43 crore. Then employment, direct employment is 75,000. Okay, so you can see the ambition for the scheme, and this should boost the supply to domestic markets and also facilitate a situation in India to export and make India an export hub. All right. From the Hindu newspaper, the World Meteorological Organization have stated that 2023 to 2027 is going to be the hottest 5-year period ever. Now, the reasons for this has been given as greenhouse gases with the El Nino phenomena that will send the temperatures high in this 5 years. So far the hottest 8 years or ever recorded were between 2015 to 2022, with 2016 being the warmest. This will change in this 5 years, right? So there is a chance of 2/3 that at least one of the next 5 years will see global temperatures exceed the more ambitious target that was set in the Paris Accord on limiting climate change. So we have already previously discussed that WMO has already stated that there is no return to the climate which persisted in the last century. So we will be facing a lot of unforeseen difficulties in the future. On the other side, we have environment activist Mr. or Dr. Amarjyoti Kashyap, for which he got a final patent for his invention, that is waste assimilator, for a term of 20 years by the government of India. So now this waste assimilator, it transforms the daily generated biodegradable solid waste into organic manure and pest repellent. So for that invention, he got the patent from the government of India. Now he got a provisional patent in 2014, all right, but he started working on this project since 2008, and he applied for patency in 2014. So hats off to this man for inventing such kind of devices for our waste management. On the other side, RNU, that is the regional news unit of Akashvani Guwahati, has bagged the second rank in the National Water Awards 2022 in the Best Media category. Now, this award is given in various categories in the field of water resources, conservation and management, but this is the first time that the regional news unit of Guwahati has got this prestigious award, right? Because it carried out various awareness programs through talks on water conservation and management. Okay. Then recently, 2-3 days back, we had discussed about the world record in scaling Mount Everest by one gentleman from Nepal. So his buddy or his friend, who is a fellow mountaineer, Mr. Kamirita Sherpa, he has broken the record, which was done a few days back, by scaling the Mount Everest 27 times. He was also on 26 last few days, but he has broken the record this time, his own record plus his fellow mountaineers record. Now remember, this is a person who is 53-year-old, and he had scaled the Mount Everest first time in 1994. Okay, so this is the world record by Mr. Kamirita Sherpa. With this, we come to today's end of news analysis. We are carrying various courses on our YouTube channel, so you definitely join our Telegram channel for updates on what we are providing on our YouTube channel, and you can also definitely subscribe our channel to watch those courses for free. Then we have our study circle that happens in the morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. for serious aspirants who wants to have that one-on-one level of interaction to prepare better. With this, thank you for joining this session. We'll see you soon.